Hey everyone, late again. Let me sign in to my YouTube on my laptop so I got chat going. Sorry, one of these days I'll start being early and just freak everybody out. Boom. An error occurred. What happened? What happened? Wow. I'm live, but I can't see my own video. That's strange. Let's try to reload it. Still can't reload it. Go to my channel. Ugh. Well, let's see if at least Let's see if at least I can. It looks like I can still see everybody's chat, so that's good. I just can't see my own video. Can you guys see my video? Or are you just hearing my audio? That's so odd. Kirk, I'm doing well. Made it through another hump day. How about that? Yeah, I've got a weird error displayed where the video should be on my laptop. Hopefully not too many of you are having the same issue. All right, Steph, Johnny, thank you. Gordy, John, Cliff, I'm glad you could all see me. Oh, let's see. Bill, you just got in under the gun with that sale. Good deal. All right, well, I'm not going to worry too much because I can see myself on my phone, but that's odd that that video won't display. Maybe I have a Chrome update I got to run or something. No, Steph, I'm live streaming from the phone here. I just typically watch the comments on my laptop, and it just doesn't want to work. Well, the comments work. It looks like they're coming through just fine, but my video's not working. Not going to worry too much about it until after this is over and I want to watch a YouTube video or three, then that's going to be a problem. Log off and back on. I never, well, it's weird because, oh, you mean the entire computer? That may be. That may be. All right, what are we going to smoke tonight, you guys? I think I've only had one pipe so far today, which is pretty light for me these days. Typically I smoke 2 to 5 pipes a day at this point. So I kind of wanted to reach for that sitting 8701. That's my newest pipe. the one I showed off in one of my latest videos. Really like this pipe, man, but it might not be big enough. I might want a bigger bowl. So, with that in mind, I think I might go with the old 320. No, I'm not. You know what? I don't like smoking pipes in front of you guys that I don't have available to sell, and I'm still out of the Series 3 pipes. So I'm going to go with my Beltane's fire pipe. Paul, thanks so much, man. Glad you made it into chat this evening. All right, I'm gonna smoke some old Joe, Krantz. Cornell and Deal seems to go. This is a newer one, yeah. This is a newer 10, but doesn't have the warning label on it yet. Seems like they go back and forth sometimes. Maybe they find pre-printed labels that they have to get out the door. I don't know. A lot of the Cornell and Deal and GLPs tobaccos these days have the label, that warning label, but some still don't. Hobbiton Piper, you called me out in a 6 questions video. Uh-oh. Let me look for it. I'll have it, let me get it pulled up. Let's see if that one will play. Hobbiton Piper. 6 question challenge. Man, that Parinelli looks nice. I haven't seen that video yet. Hobbiton. All right, your video's playing just fine, so I'll check that out in a bit. All right, loaded up with the old Joe Krantz. In the Beltane's Fire brown pipe. Let's get lit up. I need to turn this air conditioner down a bit. Maybe. Oh, gosh. I got a rogue mustache hair that I cannot find. It's driving me nuts. John, this particular pipe is $185. I think at the moment it's one of the most expensive pipes on the Pipe Nook site, because I do try to focus on where, where quality meets value. But you'll know where your money went with this pipe. So that's why I carry it. It is my favorite pipe right now. And I've run at least 100 bowls through it, but it had probably become my favorite pipe with a bullet at Smoke 1. Just sometimes you connect with a particular shape or pipe or what have you, and that's what happened with this one. Mm-mm-mm. You know, usually for me this time of the day, because I'm working from home and I have the option to smoke from home throughout the workday, usually this being my third, fourth, or fifth pipe of the day, I'm about smoked out. It's kind of like drinking that last cup of coffee every morning. For me, anyway. I drink 3 or 4 mugs of coffee a day, you know, standard size coffee mugs. 3 or 4. But typically by that last one, I'm just like, why do I even drink this stuff? But that first sip every morning is so good. The daily cycle. But that's kind of how it is with me in the last pipe of the day, a good bit of the time. But with this only being my second pipe of the day, I'm very much enjoying it. So I do think I need to start limiting my pipe smoking to 3 pipes a day tops. 1 in the morning, 1 midday, 1 in the evening. Help keep it always enjoyable as much as possible. Morley's Best. That's a good one. What was I going to mention? Seems like I was going to mention something right off the bat. Good grief. I cannot remember, you guys. That's unfortunate. Well, I will mention while I'm thinking about it that I saw that Chris Morgan put in one of his latest emails that he was the pipe, what would you call that? The pipe, not counselor, the pipe expert, consultant for Amazon Prime's The Underground Railroad. And I had a feeling it was going to be super graphic, like too much for me to want to watch. A topic like the Underground Railroad, it's hard to take anyway, but I just had a feeling with Amazon having such mature audiences, graphic, original series, that this one was going to be more than I wanted to see graphically displayed on the screen. And it was. I watched the first episode and it wasn't for me personally. I didn't go into it to be entertained because of the subject matter, honestly. But at the same time, it was so graphic and just so, I don't want to say over the top, but it was so intense visually that I don't think I'm going to continue watching it. I don't get into that kind of stuff. I can't stomach it very well. But of course, most of the white people on screen were just complete villains. And the first scene I can recall about pipe smoke, or that had pipe smoking in it, was a horrific scene that I really wish was not tied to pipe smoking. I kind of wonder if Chris Morgan had any idea how they were going to introduce pipe smoking into the mix. But anyway, it was rough. It really was. Well, I'll let my pipe go out on that one. I'm not seeing any new comments, so maybe I've lost my comment feed at this point. Let me try to reload it. Check, check, Hobbiton, I see that, so maybe we just have some folks with not much to comment this evening, which that's fine. 52, 51 in the house now. Man, I wish I could remember what I was going to say to y'all. I thought maybe I'll jot it down. No, I'm already late, so I'll just go live. Hey, hey. Steph, I did get that. Thank you very much for the super chat. No, the other comments are still there. So, we're trucking. Mr. Tolson, I thought I was carrying all the Roma Lucite shapes, but if you want to check with me, send me an email. There's only certain shapes available in the Roma Lucite, not nearly as many shapes as are available in the standard Roma series. That's a massive series. I do not carry all of those. Oh, Matthew, Windjammer's a good one. Yeah, I do have Hobbiton. I do have the super chat on. I don't always talk about it, but always appreciated. Definitely. Maybe I should get a bell like Matches did. I've thought about getting something like that, but I don't know. I feel weird about pushing the super chat thing anyway. Because I have a web store, so if you guys want to give me a tip, throw some business my way. If you're going to buy some pipes, accessories, tobacco. But hey, Steph, I definitely appreciate that super chat. Now, what else do we have in the way of comments? .644 Roma Lucite. I don't think that is available in the Roma Lucite. Let me see. I definitely don't have it in the Roma Lucite. I have the sitting 8644 shape. It's the same shape, but That would be like a Roma type finish, like this Rossi sitting, but with an acrylic stem, a black acrylic stem, not the one that comes on the Roma Lucite's, but I do have that. Let me see if I can find out real quick if the Roma Lucite's series even has that shape. I don't think it does. It does not. So numerically it goes from the 626 to the 673. So not available in the Roma Lucite. 644, I don't think it's used a whole awful lot. I do have it in the Series 3 when I have Series 3s in stock. It's available in the Punto Oro series, but it's pricey, about $250 or something like that. The Tundra series. And that's all I see it in right now. Series 3, Rossi Sitting, Punto Oro, and Tundra. So if you're interested in any of those that shape's available in, send me an email. I think all of my chats just showed up at the same time. I had a big jump. I did not see Mutton Chop is back. I'll have to look for him. "92 degrees." Yeah. I hope it's not going to be a hot summer, but I'm not holding my breath. Boris the Piper, welcome. Hobbiton, I lost track. The Forever Stems were being sold by Old Log Cabin Pipeworks, and then that went away. I had heard they were available through Vermont Freehand. So you might want to check out Vermont Freehand. If anybody else has any information about Forever Stems and where you can get them these days, let Hobbiton Piper know in the chat, in the comments. I've had my Forever Stems for years because they're Forever Stems. But so I haven't been keeping track of where they're available. And honestly, don't get asked about them as much as I used to. But they are great, you know. The only thing is, I wish they had filtered versions, filtered tenons, so I could at least use a 6mm filter. I had 5 Forever Stems, and I tried to drill them out myself, and I was successful with 3 of them, I think, and 2 of them are no more. unfortunately. In regards to how much they are, and again, I don't know because I don't keep up with it, but it seems like I paid, and this was 5 years ago, 5, 6 years ago, I paid $15 to $22 per stem, depending on the shape, size, length, etc. Yeah, those Missouri Meerschaum Emerald pipes have something very similar to what the Forever stems are, which the Forever stems were just acrylic stems that were made to fit corncob pipes. Standard corncob pipes, the ones that are typically filtered, you know, the standard shanked ones like the Country Gentleman, the Missouri Pride, the Washington, Diplomat, Great Dane. But unfortunately, to my knowledge, they all still come unfiltered. Gross. Vermont freehand for Forever stems. You know what? I'm going to open another tab and look that up. So I can see what they have. If it's the same, do they still call them Forever stems? Did they buy the rights to that? Or get the rights to that? Also going to look up Mutton Chop. $53,000 subscribers. Whew. Man. I don't usually get jealous of numbers, but golly, Mutton Chop. As a store owner, it would be amazing if I could get to 50,000 subscribers. I could quit the day job tomorrow. So to know that there's that many people out there interested in pipe smoking, because his channel was almost 100% pipe related. You guys tell your friends and family and neighbors and brothers and sisters, cousins. Let's get the subs going. Get the sub train going. Man, I would love to have 50,000 subscribers. But, you know, he put out very consistent, very quality content for quite a long time before he had to take the break. So, good for him. I'm happy for him. But yeah, I just got number envy. Let's see. Maybe I should advertise on his channel. Good grief. But I see he's got a video 7 hours ago. Welcome back, YouTube pipe smokers. Got a different color in his beard, I see from the thumbnail. All right, let me catch up on chat. Gondwana, Thank you for the super chat. You know what? I bought a red stripe yesterday, and it was $1.99. So thank you for the red stripe. Or you know what? I get 6 of these for $12. So thank you for this Elysian Space Dust IPA. Ah, thank you, sir. I still can't remember the very first thing I was going to mention right out the gate. I remember thinking, I'm going to wait until a few people get on. I don't want to mention it right out at the beginning because nobody will be on yet. Isn't that always the way? Steph, do you guys have a bug assault? It will kill spiders as well as flies. I used mine on a spider today. Yeah, if he can post monthly at least, I think that'd be good. I haven't heard the story yet, don't have the update yet, but definitely give that a watch after the live stream. Everybody's been wondering what's been up with the mutton chop. Yeah, I could, man, doing a live stream with 53,000 subs, that would be a challenge. You know what a lot of people have to do with live streams when you get up to those kinds of numbers is just let it buzz by and you just catch what you catch. It's like a lottery as to whether or not your questions or comments get replied to. Gage, I don't really go for the sour beers, and I know what you're talking about. That niche of beers kind of got a boost in popularity the past year or two. They're not really for me. Or maybe I just haven't gotten the right ones. But I've had one from Dogfish Head. I think I've had one from New Belgium, maybe. And then I just kind of gave up on them. Cliff's been quoting Tom Petty stuff to me quite a bit lately. Make me miss the man all that much more. You know, it's funny. Refugee is one of his biggest hits, if not his biggest. Well, we'll go with one of his biggest hits. It's not one of my favorite Petty songs, though. I mean, it's fine. Maybe it's just been one of those songs that's been overplayed for me. But not one of my favorite songs. Actually, not even one of my favorite songs on Damn the Torpedoes, that album that it was on. I really like Don't Do Me Like That, Here Comes My Girl, Even the Losers, Louisiana Rain, Century City. I mean, there's great songs on that album. Refugees, probably one of my least favorite on the album. Mike, I didn't see you slip that comment in. Mike from Briar Blues, welcome, sir. I want to thank you again for the tip on ordering matches from that vendor. I got my proof approved. They acted like I was crazy because I wanted to have, and it's going to be a couple of months before I get them, but let's pretend this is a smaller sized matchbox. I tell you what, let me get a smaller sized matchbox. Here's some Swan Vestas. My matchbox will be a bit smaller than this, but I wanted, see, this is double strike. Each side is, both sides are strikes, strike zones. I wanted this, the one side that has a strike zone on mine to be, here's my Pipe Nook logo, and if you flip it like a book this way, here's my Pipe Nook logo, and the strike zone is on the bottom. And they didn't want to do it that way. They thought I was crazy for, I think, for wanting to do it like that. I didn't want it to flip end over end like this. I wanted to flip like that. But we finally got it sorted out. So those are ordered. Hopefully have them in a couple of months. And I got to thinking, I don't get it. Maybe it's because I'm left-handed. That doesn't make sense. But for whatever reason, me and the designer were not seeing eye to eye for a while. Where did I get the Swan Vestas? I've had them for a while. Let me think on that for a minute. Where did I get the Swan Vestas? I want to say I ordered them on Amazon. They're nice matches, but when it comes down to it, you guys, they're just matches. So these are, you know, premium matches, pretty pricey, made in Sweden. But yeah, I don't know that I would order them again, and I kind of treat them like gold. You see, I'm currently still using the old diamond kitchen match boxes, 300 count, when I'm sitting here. Not good for traveling, but definitely fine for sitting in the West Parlor. Man, I'm almost through this Old Joe. I might have to load up another pipe, y'all. What, the diamond matches, Hobbiton? Again, I cannot remember your name. It's either Keith or Kevin, if I recall. I'm going to go with Kevin. Correct me if I'm wrong. All right. There's a video game store here in town that I frequent. They know me by name, if that tells you how many times I go in there. But the owner's name is Kevin, and I wanted to call him Keith for like 6 months. Great guy, great store. It's called the Video Game Trading Post. What Zoom were you guys on last night? It's so hard for me to keep track of everything that's going on these days. I jumped on the Saturday Zoom for just maybe 30 minutes on Saturday. Oh, Cliff, this is bad. Talking about easy to remember because your brother's name is Kevin. I was trying to think of a dude's name yesterday, and it turned out I was trying to think of Eddie Vedder, and I could not think of his name. I'm like, oh, I can see him in my head. What's that guy's name? He has my name, and I couldn't remember Eddie Vedder's name. And I'll tell you, I heard him I was listening to Bob Dylan's 30th anniversary celebration. It was like a live event with a bunch of guest stars. And believe it or not, his 30th anniversary in the music business was like in 1992 or something like that. Or maybe it was 91. So he's right at his 60th anniversary in the business now. But Eddie Vedder sang Masters of War by Bob Dylan. Excellent, excellent. Tracy Chapman did a Dylan song. She did Times They're Changin', I think. I remember Zoom, the kid show. I used to watch that with my kids. So it's not that old. I didn't watch it when I was a kid, but they enjoyed it, or at least my oldest enjoyed it, maybe about 10 years ago. Daniel, I have thought in my wildest dreams about opening my own retail shop, but after seeing all of the pipe-focused retail shops in my area go under these past 5 to 10 years, I don't think it would behoove me to do so. Never say never. If I get too big for Gray Manor, what I might have to do is lease out a commercial property close to the house. And it would be off the beaten path because I'm not in Pensacola proper. But I wouldn't necessarily have it set up with a smoking lounge or anything like that, or even really you know, a retail shop, but I think I'd be available for walk-ins. And this is a big if I ever was able to open a separate shop, it would mostly be to store my inventory and ship out orders away from the house. But then also I could accept visitors and sell things on the spot. If that happens, it's no time soon. Maybe 5 to 10 years in the future, that might be a possibility. If the Nook keeps growing, I mean, I've had sales growth year over year. Mike, I don't think the neighbors or the HOA would be happy with me accepting retail visitors, retail customers here at the house with all the come and go. People would obviously think I was selling drugs or something. I'd get shut down pretty quick. I don't think you're allowed to run a retail business out of your house here. Let's see. I do like All Along the Watchtower. I like Dylan's and Hendrix's versions. And many other folks' versions. Interesting. Jack to Kaiser, you know, I don't know Jack to Kaiser. So I might have to look that up too. Yeah, that's the thing too, Gage. If I opened up a retail store, I would have to charge the 85% Florida tobacco surtax to all of my local customers, which is ridiculous. So what I sell you guys online, I'd have to charge 85% more and then some for overhead to help pay for the, you know, like the brick and mortar stores have to do. Unfortunately. No, it wouldn't bring me, I don't think it would bring me enough business to even pay for the lease, honestly. So, I'm going to do my best to keep this a cottage operation for as long as I possibly can, with an employee of one, that being myself. All right. I don't think I am going to load up another pipe, you guys. I kind of want to, but I don't want to do it on camera because I want to go watch Mutton Shop's update video. And a couple of these other, I want to check out the Vermont Freehand Forever stems and this, that, and the other. Hobbiton's 6-question challenge that he shouted me out in. So, we'll shut her down here soon. Not in the, you know, I'll keep going for a little bit, but I'm not going to light up another pipe. And after I get off the live stream, why don't you guys go check out Mutton Chop's new video and tell him that the Pipe Nook sent you. Maybe I'll get a shout out on his channel. We've never really had any dealings with each other. Not that, I mean, I don't know if he knew about my channel back before he stopped making videos, honestly. But I don't recall him ever mentioning me in any videos, and I only mention him every now and again. So we just never had any personal contact with each other. But maybe that can change. Cliff, you mentioned the Bloodhound Gang. Do you remember the Great Space Coaster? That's another kid show on public television back in the day. I was singing the Great Space Coaster around the house the other day. My kids were like, "What is that?" I'm like, "Dude, it's that show, the Great Space Coaster. You guys missed out." Oh, there's the patented comment jump. Kevin, have a good night. Yeah, Mike, the Florida taxes are done differently by different companies. Some companies want to charge me for the surtax up front. Some companies say, no, that's the retailer's obligation to find out what their tax debt is for the Florida excise tax. The ones that I pay, I have to pay the tobacco taxes up front. I have to file with the state to get that tax money back by showing that I don't make Florida in-state sales. Kind of ridiculous. And one of the reasons I'm thinking about just foregoing tobacco at all, it's just so hard for a small guy like me to carry tobacco and know the ins and outs of interstate sales and tax obligations and all that kind of stuff, and even international sales. I don't ship tobacco internationally, and I can't ship to 4 states, including my own. So it's a huge hassle, and of course, as an online vendor, I have to have an age verification step in the checkout process, which costs money each month. There's a lot to it. Oh, that's cool. I don't know. Gage, I don't know if you're talking about Mutton Chop starting a live stream? If he does, I don't know what kind of tips he'd get from me. Sometimes I feel like there's just way too much dead air in my live streams as I try to read everybody's comments. I'm such a slow reader. Large Marge sent me. That's funny. Well, you guys don't all run for the door at once, but we'll watch Mutton Chop's video after the live stream. Armchair pipes or armchair piper? Daniel? Armchair pipes? No, it must be armchair piper. Armchair piper. There we go. The Move. Yeah, I'll check out that video too. You guys have my evening planned out for me after the stream. Picture pages, picture pages. Lots of fun with picture pages. Oh. Mike Tipton. Yeah, man. Gary Gnu. He was on the Great Space Coaster. No GNUs is good GNUs. I'm Gary Gnu. Mike, text me sometime. Mike's semi-local to me. Well, he's pretty darn local to me. Can't get much more local. We need to hang out again, sir. Daniel, I think we talked about me selling cigars at one point. I would have to turn one of my rooms in my house into a walk-in humidor. And I don't have the interest in cigars that I do about pipes and pipe tobacco, so not fiscally feasible for me to do that. Now I might be able to turn it into a good business, but that's not what the Pipe Nook is all about. I don't want to sell just product to sell product. I want everything I carry to be a recommendation for me, and I'm just not the cigar guy. I'm the Prince of Pipes. Let's see. Eric, I went with the most affordable route I could go with for my age checker, and it cost me about 50 cents, I think, per order. So depending on the month, that can add up, well, I don't want to tell you guys what my sales are, but it's a bill. It's a hefty bill each month. It probably winds up being about 25% of my tobacco profit in any given month. But then I have to have it on for everybody who checks out, whether they buy tobacco or not. It's not the most eloquent solution, but it was one of the most affordable solutions. Some of those companies, like the one that a couple of the big box stores use, won't even reply to me. I'm just not big enough for them. So those guys, pipes and cigars, smoking pipes, they probably pay in the thousands each month for their age checker service. Cliff, you've definitely been digging down the Tom Petty rabbit hole. I know that video you're talking about with Prince and Tom Petty and a few other notables playing Harrison's While My Guitar Gently Weeps. That's a good video. Another really good guitar video, which you wouldn't expect, is a Fleetwood Mac. Well, it's Mick Fleetwood and a bunch of friends. Kirk Hammett from Metallica is on lead guitar, and they do a live version of Green Maharishi that is just fantastic. Please don't ask me to spell that. But just look up Fleetwood Mac live Green, and you'll find it. And Kirk Hammett is just wailing on guitar. And he's not doing metal. I mean, he's doing the song justice, I feel like. But yeah, really good video there. I don't keep up with any sports. Hockey, baseball, basketball, football, soccer. I just don't keep up with organized sports. What's funny though is I have been watching the Mighty Ducks Game Changers, which is a kids show. Well, not a kids show. It's on Disney Plus. It's a Disney Plus original. I've really been enjoying that. It's got Emilio Estevez in it, reprising his role. And honestly, I've never seen any of the Mighty Ducks movies. I always thought they looked really cheesy. Maybe it was because of my age at the time. I was in late high school, early college years when those Mighty Ducks movies came out. But I always saw Emilio Estevez as Billy the Kid. And maybe that cool loner guy from Maximum Overdrive, the Stephen King movie. I never saw him as a Little Tykes, hockey coach. So I just never watched those movies. But in the show, the newer show, it's kind of getting the Cobra Kai treatment, like what they did with the Karate Kid. They're kind of twisting things around. So he still owns his own ice skating rink, but he has a no hockey sign plastered on the wall. He doesn't like hockey, doesn't want to rent out his rink to hockey teams for practice or anything like that. Really, really cynical about the sport. It's been a fun watch. We're on like episode 3 or 4 now. But I would recommend that even if you haven't seen the movies, which I haven't. Yeah, WKRP, because we all have to have an age verification step and process, all of us. Pipes and cigars, smoking pipes, tobacco pipes, the Pipe Nook, Cigars International, Four Noggins, Cup of Joe's. If these places don't have one, it's just because they haven't been slapped with an FDA warning yet, like I did, and probably the big guys did as well. So we have to have that in place. And sometimes they can verify your age with your credit card information that you use for payment, as well as your street address and various other things. But if they can't, like if you've moved a few times in the past couple years or whatever, maybe there's too many people with your name or that kind of thing, they will ask for a photo ID. And it's a hassle, but we have to make sure we're not selling to minors online. I deeply understand that. So that's what that's all about. Randy, that's cool, man. I'm glad you like that Savinelli unfinished. Best pipe in Randy's collection, you guys. You heard it here. $500,000 is the minimum to get a humidor that can be used for retail. That is nuts. Yeah, so there's no way I'm doing that for the pipe Nook. It would take me so long to recoup that money, and it would triple the cost of my house. No. Nope. Cliff, congratulations on your 29th wedding anniversary. And be nice. Be nice, it suits you better. Let's see. I've been on a Clapton kick. Man, so my favorite Clapton stuff. Cream. I really like Wheels of Fire. I like Cream's Goodbye album. I really like Blind Faith. The Blind Faith album. I really like Derek and the Dominoes. Now, Derek and the Dominoes, Layla and Assorted Love Songs, that album I feel like is the best Clapton ever was. He was at top form with that album. And then I didn't really like much of his solo albums until Slow Hand. I really liked Slow Hand. And I also really liked Journeyman about, 10 years later in the 80s. I don't love everything Clapton ever did, but there's plenty there to like if you dig into it. But I like his earlier stuff more than his later stuff. Oh, I hear my wife. I hear the car doors. You guys, we're at, talking about anniversaries. My wife and I will have been married 22 years this October, I think. 23 years. 23 years. We got married in October 98. Eric, that is kind words. Thank you so much. All right, you guys, we are at over the hour mark. Let's see, 69 minutes. We're about to hit 70 minutes. And you guys have given me a handful of videos and other things to check out. So I've got tabs open, and it's time for me to go do my homework. So I'm going to sign off. We'll do this again next week. Hopefully I'll have a standalone video, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, somewhere in there. So you guys look for that. And we will chat with you again soon. Have a good one.